Here, a drone show will light up the sky over McKinley Beach, replacing the traditional fireworks that was canceled in 2024 due to a lack of a show sponsor. County Park officials previously stated last July fireworks show in 2023 cost about $370,000. This year's drone show will begin about 9:15 on the 3rd of July with a makeup date scheduled for July 6th.
And the drone wizard at the heart of that show is going to join us right here on Wisconsin's Midday News coming up tomorrow, so you'll hear from him. Stay close. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:42.
The deeper the hole, the more damage you're going to cause, especially if you're driving around with low tire pressure.
We're talking about potholes, and if you're not careful, they'll spring up out of nowhere and bite you right in the keister.
We've fixed broken ball joints, broken control arms, blown struts, damaged wheel alignments.
You name it, we've fixed it. That wheel alignment is an adjustment of your suspension, which is a system that connects your car to its wheels.
And when your alignment's off, you get uneven, premature tire wear, and we have a fix for that too.
If a pothole has bitten you where it hurts, come to Richlands for a professional evaluation by one of our ASE certified technicians.
And at the very least, we'll make sure you have the right amount of air pressure in your tires.
And remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands, your
Due for service.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. A nice win for the Brewers. 9-1 the final in Cincinnati.
1-0 is a high fly ball, deep left field. Benson back at the track wall, gone. Isaac Collins, a 3-run shot, and it's a 9-1 Brewers lead as Collins hits his second home run of the season and of his career.
Lane Grindle on the call, the Brewers Radio Network. One of 3 home runs for the Brewers on the day. Jackson Churio and Daz Cameron also going yard. Brewers win the series. They complete a 5-1 road trip. The longest homestand of the year begins Friday night against the Padres. Packers wrapping up Block 2 of organized team activities on Thursday of this week. Mandatory minicamp begins June 10th, and the NBA Finals get rolling on Thursday night with the Indiana Pacers taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. We do have one incident up on the big board. It's in Milwaukee County, not too far from Mitchell International Airport. The ramp from I-94 North to Wisconsin 119 East. Right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down. No big crashes to let you know about. We are, of course, because it's just a day, and every day we deal with this now. The construction on 41, yes, it is causing backups today, and it's quite a bit slow, actually. The backups start a little bit before Mill Road, and they're slow all the way down to the Mayfair Collection today. And then going the other way, it's about from Swan up to, let's say, Hampton. That's where you're going to find it really slow. Also seeing a little bit of slowing out of the city onto 43 and through Whitefish Bay, also due to construction.
Well, some hazy sunshine here. The haze is much to do from the wildfires in Canada. It's not necessarily having to do anything with humidity. In fact, it's just 59 degrees right now in Milwaukee. Overnight low of 51. Thursday, we should see a little bit of reprieve from that haziness. Air quality should improve. High of 76, inland 70 near the lake. Friday, another slight chance of showers, a high of 74. Saturday looks good, a high of 74. Inland 67 near the water. 59 and kind of a smoky haziness in Milwaukee at 246.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
I think about a 9-minute show today following Brewers baseball. They had that 11:40 first pitch. We were tracking it, another Brewers win, but that means a very short edition of Wisconsin's Midday News.
But it's packed with news for you.
We do have a lot of stuff. You got that right. And let's get to it.
Here's your top 2 at 2 on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1. Who was in that video? Who was upstairs in the suspect's house? Who was driving the victim's car? All important questions in the courtroom today during the trial of Maxwell Anderson. The 34-year-old is accused of killing and dismembering 19-year-old Sade Robinson after a first date in Milwaukee in April 2024. The first witness on the stand for the state today, Detective Rachel Smith with the Milwaukee Police Department. Detective Smith talked to the jury through nighttime surveillance video obtained from Anderson's neighbor. It shows 2 silhouettes in the upstairs unit of Anderson's home after he and Robinson arrived.
When you were going through those video clips throughout the entire night, starting around the 9:20 p.m. hour when that light first goes on, were you distinguishing between what you could discern as human movement versus some other movement?
Yes, I attempted to do my best to distinguish any sort of human silhouettes or movement that was a little bit higher that would not be consistent with, let's say, a dog or any sort of movement from that you're capturing from maybe blinds moving, curtains moving, plants in that area.
And there was a tree in front of the house, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Were you aware of whether Mr. Anderson had dogs?
Yes.
So the last human movement that you observed on the video from either the upper window or the side yard was at what time?
I was at 12:45 a.m.
Detective Smith watched nearly 100 hours of footage during her investigation. Here's the defense during cross-examination.
Thank you. In the close to the 100 hours of time you've spent watching that footage, you never once see somebody being strangled, right?
Correct.
Or stabbed.
Correct.
That's all.
State.
Nothing.
Thank you, Detective
Thank
Smith.
you.
Detective Smith also walked the jury through video of Robinson's car leaving Anderson's house around 12:45 a.m. She said you couldn't see who was in the car because the windows were foggy. Various videos and pictures shown to the jury today pieced together the route. Investigators say Robinson's car goes from Anderson's house past her own apartment building and towards Warnemont Park in Cudahy. That park is where the first of Robinson's remains were found the very next day.
They took a break for lunch and just got back in session about an hour ago. And much of the focus here in the afternoon portion, trying to triangulate Sade Robinson's whereabouts using a cellular technology expert to kind of describe how everything works. And they were able to position her and sort of follow her movements from Pizza Shuttle down to the Twisted Fisherman, kind of explaining where she was using that Verizon phone and some of the mapping technology that's sort of built into how towers and phones work. It's like a two-way radio, essentially, and Life 360 stops and everything. So that's been much of the focus here after the lunch break.
And this trial is expected to last 2 weeks. We're getting close to that point, so it's kind of just wait and see as the days go on here as to when the jury is going to get this case.
Number 2, President Trump's latest tariffs are officially in effect. Trump signing an order doubling tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from 25% to 50%. ABC News chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis.
The president did sign this proclamation that has now doubled tariffs on steel and aluminum imports, raising them from 25 to 50%. Our European allies saying that they are ready to respond with countermeasures. And it also comes as the administration is sending a reminder to our trading partners to send their best offers by today. Only one trade deal has been announced so far.
Yeah, you can expect some price hikes from places that you likely shop.
Major big box retailers, Target, Walmart, Costco, among them, saying prices will go up, and we're already starting to see that. The baby born doll, for example, at Walmart, $34.97 in March. Now, in May, $49.97. The Light Bright, $14.97, now $21.97.
Well, big box stores will likely be okay, but now you start to think of it local, smaller businesses like breweries, anybody that uses sort of an aluminum can for their product, right? That comes into focus as well.
Up next, Uber unveils new features today that will help our parents get around easier.
Welcome back to Ask Hasslis. I'm Weston. What's your question?
How do you get pee out of an old mattress?
Well,
I'm asking for a friend.
the best way to remove urine from a mattress is to trade in that old mattress for a new Beautyrest or Sealy Posturepedic.
But that'll cost a lot of money.
Not at Hasslis Mattress. Through Monday, trade in your old mattress and get additional savings of $248 off a queen and $348 off a king. And that's on top of our everyday low prices.
Come on, everybody says lowest prices.
Others sell a Sealy Posturepedic Queen Emeryville A mattress for $1268. Hasslis sells it for $1034. But through Monday, it's just $786. And check out the low prices on Beautyrest and more. Plus, free next day delivery.
What does my friend do with his old soaked mattress?
We haul it away for pee.
What was that?
Sorry, I meant for free.
Sure you did.
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasslis.com.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care recently switched to James Imaging Systems for their document imaging technology. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
Well, I think that boils back down to the service. We have a good partnership with James Imaging.
With James, you get more than a vendor relationship. You get a local business technology partner.
Oh, absolutely. I can pick up the phone at any time, contact our representative, and he's right on it.
James Imaging Systems, business technology and local support for more productivity, more value.
Definitely. We're a nonprofit here. We have to watch every penny, so we really feel very comfortable in that area with James Imaging.
Comfortable enough to recommend James Imaging Systems to others?
Well, without hesitation, I would recommend James Imaging. They won't be disappointed.
James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
All right, just like that, wrapping things up here on Wisconsin's Midday News. Wisconsin's Afternoon News begins following the 3 o'clock news. John and Julia will have all the latest updates from the Maxwell Anderson trial.
Well, I think this is so smart. Today, Uber unveils new features that will help seniors get the transportation they need. ABC's Becky Worley has the details.
The rideshare company unveiling 2 options for seniors. Simple Mode, which is a very streamlined version of the Uber app. That's the first announcement. Plus, they're launching a way to add a senior to your family profile so you can book them rides.
I absolutely love that because my mom lives out in the burbs. One time I was saying, if you don't want to drive, that's okay. Like, let's just do Uber. So she's trying to figure it out. And I said, you know what? Maybe I can book it for you. And we're trying to figure it out. And I wasn't able to book it for her under my profile. But now that will change. I'll be able to do that easy. I'll be able to add her. Here's the other thing. There will also be trip updates so you can see where your parent is in real time. There's also a way to pay for your parent's ride. You want to say, hey, thanks, Mom and Dad. Thanks for all you've done. I'm going to pay for your ride. And another big development here, Uber says some trips to doctor's appointments could be reimbursed by Medicare.
That is really interesting. And it's a great idea. And you can now add these folks to your profile, like you mentioned. It doesn't require mom and dad to have the Uber app or a smartphone for that matter, or another loved one, right? You can build out a profile with a number of people on it. I like this better than Uber for kids. As a father of 2 young ones, yes, it can be a challenge to get sons and daughters to practices before they're able to drive. You feel like you got to be in 2 places at the same time. We frequently do, but I'm going through with it, right? It's either a carpool with families of players who are on the team, but I'm not signing up for Uber for kids. Not a fan of that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I could have used this years ago, too, because my mother-in-law, we were kind of shuttling her back and forth to many appointments into the hospital, and there just wasn't something that really worked. And don't get me wrong, there are transportation companies for seniors, including local ones, but a lot of them are really expensive, too. And we kept saying, gosh, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. So I think this is just a smart move on their part, and it's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. So just like that, we are out of time here on the program. Wisconsin's Afternoon News is coming up next. And a reminder that if you'd like to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Midday News podcast, we'd love to have you. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can find us. Wisconsin's Midday News, the podcast is built by our friends at Siding Unlimited, truly siding and a whole lot more. Jessica and I back for tomorrow, a fully packed edition of Wisconsin's Midday News. Wisconsin's Afternoon News begins following the 3 o'clock news. It's a lot of news after this.
WTMJ, W277.